Good morning, students. Today we are going to see the two important steps of photosynthesis. In earlier class we have read about photosynthesis, the conditions necessary for photosynthesis. Today we will see the steps of photosynthesis. According to our book, there are three steps of photosynthesis. First step is absorption of solar energy and converting it into chemical energy. Second step is photolysis of water, which will produce electrons and the chain of electrons will start. And the third step is reduction of carbon dioxide to carbohydrates. So these are the three important steps which we are going to see. Now we can divide them, these two steps, into light reaction and formation of food into dark reaction. We will discuss in detail what are these light reactions and dark reactions. We all know the structure of chloroplast. Chloroplast is a double membrane structure organelle present in plants. Inside this chloroplast there are thylakoids which are present just like stacks of coin. Each stack is known as grana, singularly granum, and these coin-like structures, they are known as thylakoids. In the membrane of thylakoid, light reaction takes place in the membrane of thylakoids. How does it take place? Thylakoids are the places, this membrane of thylakoid is the place where the pigment called chlorophyll is present. Chlorophyll is the pigment which will absorb solar radiation and will help in converting it into chemical. Okay. So this chlorophyll pigment is present in the thylakoids. Okay. Two systems are present based on the energy capturing systems which will capture solar radiation, which will absorb solar radiations. Okay, those two systems are PS1 and PS2. PS is photosystem 1 and PS2 is photosystem 2. Now what do we mean by this? Photosystem 1 and photosystem 2? Let's see it. We are entering inside the thylakoid now. The membrane of the thylakoid, this is the thylakoid and this is the membrane of the thylakoid. It comprises of systems. Okay, energy absorbing systems, solar energy absorbing systems in the form of chlorophyll molecules. Okay, there are many other molecules which will absorb the solar radiations. Photosystem 1 will help in absorption of light rays at 700 nm. Photosystem 2 helps in absorption of light rays at wavelength of 680 nm. These photosystem 1 and 2, they are given name according to their invention. Photosystem 1 was invented first, so the name is given photosystem 1, and photosystem 2 is given 2 because it was invented later on. Now these are the two important wavelength of light, sunlight or any other light. Okay, so these two are the wavelength of sunlight or any other source of light which are absorbed by these systems. Now what are the things which are present in any system? In any photosystem, two things are present. Okay, photo systems have two important structures. One is the main primary acceptor and accessory acceptors. Accessory molecules we can write. Main is the chlorophyll A molecule and the accessory will be other molecules which will help in chlorophyll A, xanthophyll, carotenoids. So the main system becomes chlorophyll A. So in photosystem 1, chlorophyll A is going to absorb the wavelength of light at 700 nm and in photosystem 2 at 680 nm. Is it clear to all of you? So these are the systems which are present in the membrane region of thylakoid, which will help in absorbing the solar radiations. So when we see this complete reaction, light reaction, it basically starts with PS2. Okay, solar radiations, that is photon of light, will fall on PS2, will energize, will produce energy. Okay, will produce energy in the form of like electrons will be released. Okay, and these electrons will be transmitted to the electron transport chain. So this is the primary acceptor which will start this, will follow the electron transport chain and ultimately it will pass this to PS1. The electrons will pass to PS1. During this, there are many molecules which will help in transmitting those electrons. Okay. For taking up the space, water will be broken down. That is known as splitting of water or photolysis of water, which will again release hydrogen and this oxygen gas will be released with release of electrons. So electrons will be taken up by PS2 and then through the electron transport chain. Okay, it will be through beta complex and plastocyanin. Electrons will transmit and during this time ADP will react and will form ATP. It's the most important function of light reaction to produce energy. First is absorption of solar energy and then converting it into chemical energy. This conversion is known as light reaction. The most important part of light reaction is converting the solar energy into light energy. The electrons which are passed to photosystem 1 again will be passed to another energy molecule, ferredoxin, which will help in conversion of NADP to NADPH. Again, two molecules we have studied here. Two energy molecules, ATP, that is adenosine triphosphate, and NADPH, that is nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate, which will accept the electrons and will form the energy molecule. One NADPH will break down and will release 3 ATP molecules. So, 2 energy molecules are produced during this light reaction. I hope it is clear to all of you. So, what is the most important work for light reaction? Light reaction will help in 3 important things. Okay? Sunlight, when ray of light or wavelength of light falls on chlorophyll molecule. Okay? Chlorophyll molecule, they have antennas. They will accept those and they will transfer it to an electron transport chain. 2 electron transport chains we have seen. One is this electron transport chain, another one is this electron transport chain. One starts from photosystem 1, another starts from photosystem 2 and photosystem 1. Photosystem 2 is the first photosystem from where this electrons will be generated. Okay, and for compensating this electron, water, a splitting of water has to take place, which will release electrons and which will help in conduction of this complete light process which takes place in the thylakoid membrane. So what is the result of this? Thylakoid membrane in this region, because of light reaction, in the presence of light, is a light dependent reaction. It is dependent on light. If there is no light, this reaction will not take place. If light is there, then only it will take place. So during this, we are getting 2 important things, ATP and NADPH. These are the basic necessity for the next cycle, that is Calvin cycle, or we also know it as dark reaction, which we are going to see in our next class. Till then, thank you children.